G'day everybody and welcome back to Valley View Farm. So here we are doing the final run of wood chips, and it is, well, we might as well call it at 2:15 in the afternoon. So once I've sold all these wood chips, we will then go and get the potato harvester. Basically I want to get those going, and I want to get the chickens going today. Before we get on and do any of that though, let's just simply return the devourer here. So we push that button, go to our garage, and we're just going to return that. I will eventually buy all these implements here, but for now we're just going to have to go with what we've got. Once we've done the potatoes, I believe I just said this, we are going to be buying, we are going to buy the chickens. Really don't know why I repeated myself then. But anyway, when we get upon our farm, you will notice that we have actually completely removed as many trees as what I could. There are ones that I can't, yes, that's our potato field, that I can't remove, but we're just going to have to live with the ones that we can't remove. Yes, that's the one that I wanted. No, I don't want that on there. Okay, so let's go get our potato harvester. Hopefully this is going to work out the way that I want it to. If not, I'm going to have to think about renting the big one. So, what to talk about? So I did have to fast forward time just so as we could get to a point of doing some harvesting. Nearly at the shop right about now. Few implements down at the shop that I still haven't, well, just one apparently, that I still haven't bought up. So hopefully this is going to work out. Now I did get this, get the idea of this from Mr. Sealyp's series. So yeah, as I keep saying, hopefully this is going to work how it should. So just unfold that. Turn that on. I don't know how fast this is supposed to work, but we're about to find out. And that's now lowered. And we're going to be harvesting at a grand total of 6 kilometers an hour. Now, this is not ideal. It'll just be depositing the potatoes on the ground, but that's okay. We can live with that. Okay, that's an extra sort of crop off to the side. What's going on? Is that still? I think that might have stopped collecting. Let's try another section. Lift that up for a moment. We were starting off okay, I think. Ah, right. That explains it. Okay, so I do actually have to continuously unload it as I'm going. Okay, that makes so much more sense. This is all about learning. You were probably screaming at me to unload it, but anyway. So here we are with our lines of potatoes. I'll have to use the bucket to pick this up, but that's okay. Alright. Righty, now that this is all working the way it should, we can get this done. Alright, so I'm not going to torture you guys with doing this in real time, especially considering how slow we're going. So what I might do is I'll do a little bit in as a time lapse, and then I'll do the rest off camera and bring you back when I'm actually doing some loading up. So I will see you in a moment. Okay, so in case you're wondering why I put that onto and only gave you a 2-minute time lapse on that, I want to be there. I sort of figured that, well, everyone keeps telling me to make this channel how I want to watch. Now, I do have a worker doing those potatoes there. So I was saying that to make the channel about things that I want to watch, well, that was starting to get about as interesting for me as watching paint dry, so I didn't want to put you guys through any more torture than that. So now for the next laugh, time to get the big bucket here, and let's load up some potatoes. Forgive my my coughing every now and again. Unload that. Now this is a high tip bucket that I've bought. So hopefully I'll be able to get up and over the trailer. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. Also, the hope is that I will be nowhere near as fast as this guy is going to be. I'm in his way, aren't I? Thought these helpers were supposed to be more intelligent, but anyway. So, I'm never any good at using buckets. So here's a trial for me. Aha, there we go. So this is going to be so much quicker to collect than what it is to harvest. So try not to put the crop into the ground. Honestly, with how high yielding potatoes actually are, I'm not overly worried about destroying any now. Of course, you want to get as much out of your crop as humanly possible, but you know, if we lose a couple, I'm not that worried. Okay. Forgot that that was empty. Right. Aha. I am terrible at working these buckets and stuff like that out. Alright, so probably should have the weight on this, but once again, we're going to do this the difficult way. So I'll just do a couple more lines so as you can see how ridiculous I am at using buckets. And yes, I said bucket with a B, not the other word. I do try to keep this a G-rated channel. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato more. So yeah, once again, I'll just do a couple of lines here, and then I'll... Oh, that's just like Gavino. Yeah, I'll just do a couple of lines here. I won't bother about doing a time lapse. I'll just do a cut, and then we'll move on to something else. Just pick up these that I've dropped. So this is the reason why I like to have my help window. For those who don't use their help window, that's great. My hat comes off to you. Not that I wear a hat inside my own home, but you know, you get the idea. Yeah, my proverbial hat comes off to you for anyone who does use buckets all the time. I've yet to master the art, but anyway, this has got a bigger, wider capacity than what I originally thought. Alright. Now, if for another time anyone knows of a forage wagon or something like that, loading wagon I suppose you call them, that would actually do these quicker and easier, that would be, as you guys know, all advice is accepted and taken into account and all that other sort of, as I say every episode, I'm still learning. I by no means claim to know what I'm doing. It's always a learning curve. Hopefully with my, for lack of a better term, mistakes, I'm actually teaching you guys a thing or three. Yeah. I do believe I'm making more of a let's play than just something that can be watched. You guys are what determines what I do. By the way, if there are any new maps that anyone wants to see me do an episode of or something like that, I'm always, well, I'd be happy to do a once-off episode. It'd probably be about an hour long just to show it all off, but I'm happy to give anything a go. Try anything once, as they say. If you enjoy seeing the new maps all the time, I always recommend mostly Pharmacop. If you're on, I suggest Pharmacop if you're on PC. His map tours, Mr. Silly P CLP, sorry. If you're on consoles, that's Xbox, PlayStation, and I'm not actually too sure if this game's on Nintendo Wii or anything like that. But I do know there's a mobile phone version. Personally, I'm not a fan of the mobile phone version. I don't think it's as good as this, but you know, you play what you've got. Alright, nearly finished these first 2 rows, and I'll stop you with the torture. In fact, it probably will be a good idea to do this off screen, you know, between episodes. Okay. Well, you know what, let's get one more bucket full, and then let's go start on these chickens that I keep promising about. We can take this bucket straight over. Okay. So we've got our bucket full. Go over to the chook yard. Honestly, I don't think it's a farm until you've got a few chooks. Again, as you can see, I'll just pull out a bit, show you how empty the yard now is. Okay. Alright, so I know I probably should leave room for breeding, but we won't bother about that. Let's move it. Let's get a nice array of all of them. Grab a couple of roosters while we're at it. No, not what I wanted to do. You know what, that'll do us for now. Okay, 2.5 grand worth of livestock. Unfortunately, chickens you can't go and transport yourself. So let's go to the animal window and see what they actually need. So sugar beet, potato and carrots would be last. I will do some canola at some point, but right now we do have wheat in the ground. We've got, I think there's some wheat in our shed here. Go in a lot closer. So they've got some potatoes now. How are they? Okay, so that's fulfilled most of their requirement. Do they need water? No, they don't need water. Okay. Right now we're not going to need... We'll leave the bucket on. Go bring these potatoes over and put that in the in our multi-fruit silo. On the way there, let's pick up this last line of potatoes. Come on. So that's going to annoy me, but what can you do? Actually, I probably could have got all the wheat and everything like that just using the bucket, but as I say, I'm learning. Did they say canola? Yes. I've just realised that we can actually give our chickens all their requirements. That is a first for me. Normally, normally I think I've forgotten something. Oh, do a bit of in-cab driving for a change. I know this is not real life, how you'd use put the bucket and all that sort of stuff, but probably do need to put fatter tyres on this tractor. Leave one for thick and one for thin. Something else I want to show you is, I don't know about this episode, probably another episode, would be the, there's a nice view of the potatoes in there. Let's watch those come out. A lot like real life. Right. Drop that there. Alright. Do we actually already have canola in here? Okay, so we've got some wheat. Let's get that straight in. And next up is the canola. Before we go, I want to show you guys it's canola. I want to show you guys the harvester that I've bought, because it's actually what I consider a unique harvester in this game. I think it skips a step for us. Alright, let's turn that off. Over here, and you've seen me jump in it a few times, we have our New Holland TX30. We'll get into that now. Back there, we have a lizard pots chopper, which connects to its own specialised trailer. By connecting that now turns the... are we running? No, yes, we are. That now turns the trailer in, well, puts it all straight into the trailer. I wish there was a way to... Nope, okay. Alright, so let's unfold the harvester. Disable. Oh no, we want the straw swath out, and we want the... No, we want that pipe out. So that's going to shoot that straight into the trailer right there, which is going to save us a step. Okay, let's just run over our grass here. And now I do not have the tool height control on this header, so it's just going to be working at its normal speed. I really wish that I could open the... No, it's just not going to let me. Really wish that I could open and show you how that's going in there. Okay. Hopefully. Let's make sure that maple straw. Okay. Well, let's get this harvested with what we can, and I thought, to be honest with you, that was going to shoot something straight out. Maybe that's where the straw's going. Now I'm really confused. Because that's going in there. Enabled. Of course, there's no straw in this one, and that's where the straw's being collected, is in there. Okay. Now I'm with it. Alright. So I'll only do the one strip of this because I wanted to use the straw blower. Okay, so let's turn off that. Let's go empty this. Right, now I'm with it. Now I feel like a unintelligent person, I suppose you'd call me. Well, we do only have 13% in here, but anyway, that's neither here nor there at this second in time. We will get that harvested probably next episode, and again, I only want to show off this. Yeah, I just want to show this off because I actually think it's really cool. Yeah. So we're nearly there. Empty this out, and then we'll do some straw. Then I'll show the straw. Okay. Right. 5 now. That's what I want. Drop these soybeans in here. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. Let's get this over to... I'll be wanting the straw for the cows when we get there. Again, thankful we've got the multi-fruit silo. I've been really itching to show this off, to be 100% honest. I just think it's an amazing idea. So it takes all the straw straight out of the harvester and dumps it straight into the trailer. Oh. So we'll only do a quick one here. Turn that on. Now, enable straw swath, and let's go have a look. Okay, so now you can see we're getting hit with the straw. Okay, so now that's what I wanted to show. Alright, so we'll just get a single line once again of this done. And yeah, that's the amazing thing that I wanted everyone to know. Alright, so as we finish up this line, I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Please feel free to tell your mates about my channel. Tell them they're all welcome here. Alright, as usual, thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers.